I know this is kind of like a glazing video for the devs, but I don't care. You know, even with all of the hype and praise we give the devs when they rework characters with new uniforms that give them new skills with new aesthetics and new designs and things like that, and as much as I even use that as part of my uniform ranking nowadays, if you like the way the character's skill looks, there is still something to say for original characters. I'm talking about the base look of some characters that just did not miss. They were perfect from day one, and you certainly can't say that about a lot of uniforms. A lot of uniforms, if you go back and look at some of the base skills, they were kind of corny. I'm not going to name names here, but certainly some characters, like take for example Wolverine, have had a massive glow up these days compared to what they were originally working with as far as their skills go. Now, of course, like the way the character looks as far as like the costume, that's a whole different story. And yeah, there's a lot of nostalgia with some of these original uniforms. You can't really beat that. But what I'm talking about when I say perfect skills, where they got it right the first time, and we don't even know what they would do nowadays because they've never given these characters uniforms, I still want to highlight. So my first example here is Dr. Voodoo. Absolutely top 5 design ever. I really have to give it to them. They nailed this character. And think about this, right? This is a character, I don't know, released 2019, 2020. So it's been a few years at least. And every single skill, top to bottom, just looks like it could be from right now, from 2023. This is his first skill, by the way. Most characters' first skill is just some corny ass shit where they just like slap you 2 or 3 times. No. This dude has a gigantic rune that he summons. And then he also has these little like snake things that look like Ghostbusters aliens that come out. Oh, his second skill? Yeah, it's a V-pad. Oh, what is he doing there? Is he shooting out ghosts? Green ghosts? Ghostular projectiles? Are you kidding me right now? And not only that, but he's floating. Like, look at the level of detail here. He's floating. His cape is flowing. And then boom, it's over. He's back down on his feet. I've gone through 2 skills. And already the level of detail in these 2 skills makes some characters recently look like crap. Like the level of detail here compared to what they did for Shadow Shell honestly should be studied somewhere in some schools. Look at his 3rd skill. Gigantic skulls that converge on you with a giant rune symbol in the bottom. Like, this is so sick. This honestly, this could be a character's 5th skill nowadays. That's how sick this is. Again, I've gone through 3 of his skills. Look at 4. He goes up in the air, boom, look at all those ghosts going around him. Like nowadays, right, we're blown away if a character has 1 new animation. And what I mean by that is, okay, yo, they added in ice cream carts. So, yo, oh shit, Luna's got the ice cream carts or whatever, so they got ice cream carts on every skill. This dude he's got the rune this way, he's got it going horizontal, right? He's got it on the floor, underneath, after the explosions from the skeletons. He's got it here. He's got giant skeletons. He's got, you know, he's got people, silhouettes of people going around him. He's got skeletons. He's got ghosts. Yo, and we haven't even gotten to his 5th skill. What's his 5th skill again? Oh, let's check it out. He teleports, he slams down his staff, and then he releases a bunch of spirits. Honestly, that's crazy. It doesn't even stop there. Look at Slapstick, man. Honestly, look at Slapstick, man. Seriously. We talk about 5 skills that look completely different and all have unique animations. He throws up a bunch of grenades. He throws up a bunch of cartoon bombs, and he hits them with a, you know, with a mallet. Then he shoots a beam that literally says beam. Now look, and it has like directionality. So look, when you go from this side, it says beam, like actually, and then when you go from the other side, it says beam, but it's backwards. So it knows where you are on the stage. Look at this. With his 4th skill, he spins around. That's probably his most generic skill, but it's still super sick. And then with his 5th skill, he creates a bunch of mini-me's that come out of a book, and you get a camera angle change with a little explosive dynamite thing. Oh yeah, his 3rd skill, he turns into a fucking bomb. He just turns himself into a bomb. Bro, the level of detail on these characters. I know that he's a paywall character and whatever, and he's supposed to look really good, and I know he's not that good anymore, whatever, but the level of detail on these skills just blows me away still. We spend so much time playing with native tier 3s and tier 4s and shit like that now, we forget just how amazing some of these look. Like, check this out. He flies up into the air, and he's like, psh, 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 psh. Look at that shit, bro. This could be a tier 4 now, bro. These animations, look at this. Crystals everywhere. Boom. She's crystallized. She's encased, right? Look at this. Okay, chill. Like, okay, yeah, the damage is not very good, Alex. I don't care, bro. Look at this. That looks so sick, bro. They did Thane. They did Thane so dirty by not giving him a tier 3 at the time. They need to give these characters updates. Look how gorgeous this is, man. If this shit came out now, I would be hype as hell. He's probably the only one so far that doesn't have a dope kit top to bottom because his first skill is kind of corny. Remember I told you there's a lot of first skills where they're just like slashing the air? There you go. That's his first skill, where he's just slashing the air. But everything else for Thane is crazy. He has better animations than his dad, bro. Look at this. Crystals on the ground, huge slashes, explosions, giant crystal beam. She's frozen mid-air, bro. She's frozen mid-air. Look at this. You can just freeze her at any time, and she's encased in this whatever, this crystal thing. This is so sick. He even has a crystal square. Yo, they honestly, they ate. They ate with Thane. Not that it's going to help me dodge the misogyny rumors, but honestly, the last character on this list for me is Gladiator. So they're all males. But seriously, and this one makes probably the most sense and is the least surprising, but still to this day, he's got some of the sickest animations. And I know this dude came out 3 years ago in 2020 with the epic quest for the X-Men, for the Guardians or whatever, when Star-Lord got his tier 3. So this one is absolutely crazy. You get the V-pad, you get the Superman frost breath, you get the laser eyes with the flying up in the air, right? Again, he's got a corny first skill. It's not very good, but even his first and second skill, boom, he hits the ground, he punches you, he lasers you. Even these ones are pretty good. Honestly, I would probably rate them like Slapstick and Dr. Voodoo up at the top in first place, and then maybe probably Thane third, and then Gladiator fourth. Gladiator, I almost, you know, it's like a Superman thing as well. It's not just because he looks cool, it's because he reminds me of Superman. But I really have to give them so much credit for these like, not uniforms, for these base kits. And essentially what I'm trying to say this whole time is I would not give a shit if they didn't change a single one. If they released a Dr. Voodoo uniform and they didn't change a single skill, they kept all of the skills exactly the same in terms of animation. They just cranked up all the damage numbers, and they made sure that he was competitive with existing top tier 3 characters or transcended characters or whatever, and they just sold that uniform for 1,000 crystals. I would buy that shit in a second, bro. There's no need to create new skills for Slapstick. You guys already got it right the first time. I know this is kind of like a glazing video for the devs, but I don't care, because some of these, honestly, they ate. They straight up ate the first time, and there's no reason to change that now. Like, I don't want them to create a Dr. Voodoo uniform and change his skills, because they're gonna come up with some corny ass shit that no one finds hype. Like, no offense, but unless they're gonna do some Doctor Strange type shit to Dr. Voodoo, I don't want to see it, right? Because if they're gonna do some Doctor Strange type shit, then it's gonna be cool, right? Screen wide, massive AOE. But if they're not gonna do that, then just don't bother. And this stuff is mostly from the movies, so it's not even going to be similar, right? But even Doctor Strange's, bro, these are not that cool compared to Dr. Voodoo's. Am I right or am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. They're pretty cool. They're pretty close. Like, they're not bad. But think about it. This is a uniform that's a year old, and it has the movie to, you know, enter, like, to give it ideas and stuff. And even honestly, the fifth skill, it's all right. It's all right. You can't even see it though, because you're inside of it, so you don't even really appreciate it when it's happening. It's all right though. There's not a lot of visual clarity. It's a lot of like visual noise, which I don't like. What I like so much about these skills, from Slapstick to Thane, probably Dr. Voodoo the most, is that they're very visually clear. You can see exactly what's going on with the skill, which is really nice. And it's honestly something the game needs to get back to doing, because it's otherwise just a clusterfuck of animations, and more is not always better. So yeah, these are 4 characters that have been in my mind for a long time, because they just honestly were done right the first time. And it's very rare in Marvel Future Fight for a character to be done absolutely right the first time, but they nailed it. So as much as I want these characters to get upgrades, you know, tier 3, tier 4, whatever, I actually don't want them to get new skills. Is that weird? Anywho, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Shout out to Miriam, Slapstick, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.